Today I wanted to talk about something that's been discussed a lot online and I've sort of briefly mentioned in passing before. And that is the theory, the speculation that Jason, the male protagonist of GTA 6, or at least that's what we think he's called, could be a cop, could be a police officer. Now I will preface this by saying that this is heavy on speculation. There is not much, if anything, to go on. There is no solid evidence whatsoever that he could be a cop. I just thought it was an interesting theory to discuss, and I wanted to kind of start a conversation because I was more interested in what other people think. So I think when I first kind of started thinking about this was after watching the first and so far only GTA 6 trailer. And the theme of that trailer is very much about trust. We know that Jason and Lucia are in a relationship, and the music in the trailer kind of reflects that there may be some trust issues there, and the trailer itself does as well. We literally see Lucia asking Jason about trust, and Jason agrees with her, but you can sense that there's some uneasiness there, and there must have been something to kind of trigger that conversation. And I think the kind of impression I get from the trailer and from even the leaks a bit is that Lucia is very much in charge. In the trailer, she is the one saying trust, asking Jason to trust her. She is the one kind of in the front when it shows the brief shots of them kind of robbing a store. She very much seems to be at the front and in charge and leading the way. And we also know that she is going to be in prison at some point. Could this be in the first part of the game? Could it be that when she's released, Jason is maybe he's not a cop, maybe he's her parole officer. If you think of the Fargo season with Ewan McGregor, I don't know why that came to mind, but Jason could be her parole officer, and maybe she kind of seduces him into that life of crime. Jason could be a corrupt cop maybe, and Lucia knows that he's a cop but knows that he's corrupt. Or potentially he could be undercover and he could have been tasked with, infiltrating her group, if she has a group, and keeping an eye on her. And either she finds out that he's an undercover cop and feels extremely betrayed by that, or he tells her he's up front with her and they fall in love. I don't know. There are a lot of possibilities here, and as I say, we don't have any hard evidence that says any of these theories could be true. But I think going off the trailer and even looking at the way that the GTA 5 story went, I think there's a setup here for a big betrayal between Jason and Lucia towards the end of the game. And I don't know whether it'll be like GTA 5 when you have to kill the other, but I think there will be a big betrayal towards the end of the game. And that could be something like Lucia learning that Jason's a cop, or that he's been snitching. Or it could be something like Jason thinking that maybe Lucia's gone a bit too far. Now, this is kind of hard to say because I think it would be interesting to play as a cop in the beginning of the game as Jason, an undercover cop or a corrupt cop or something like that. But I think as the game progresses, you would have to leave that behind. I can't see how that you'd really be able to maintain that. It would be interesting, but I don't see how it could continue throughout the game. And I did see some comments somewhere, and I apologize, I can't remember where it was, that you could have maybe started the game as a police officer from a first-person view and not realize until kind of after doing the mission that you were Jason the whole time. And that kind of plays into the scene in the trailer where you see body cam footage of police kicking down a door into a drug den or whatever. And there was actually someone who commented on a video of mine from a long time ago now that, Jason is left-handed in the trailer and the cop in that body cam footage is as well. And it's true that in the trailer Jason does hold a gun with his left hand, but I think that's more for the shot than anything. He may be left-handed, but we do see in the leaks that characters can switch which hand they're using their gun in. And also, I watched the that body cam section of the trailer, and I couldn't really work out if a cop was left-handed. So I think, and even if that was the case, it would be a big coincidence anyway. So yeah, I think there's a lot of different ideas out here. Could Jason be a corrupt cop, an undercover cop? Could he end up falling in love with Lucia? Could he just need the money? Or could he be lying to her the whole time? Could she take things too far? A lot of possibilities. And just a final thought, GTA Online has recently had an update with a load of police cars, something that players have been wanting for a really long time. And we know that Rockstar was working on a Cops and Crooks DLC for GTA Online before kind of the Black Lives Matter protests and stuff, and then it got cancelled and they didn't go ahead with it. But could that potentially be folded into GTA 6? Could we see Jason undertake some of those missions? Because it would be cool to do a few police missions as Jason before moving on to the rest of the story. I don't know. This video has been a bit of a mess. I just wanted to throw a load of ideas out there to start a conversation. Let me know what you think.